cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello race fans, and welcome to another week of V8 Supercar America's Series presented by V8 Online right here on iRacing Live. My name is JD Smith. With me tonight is Kane Kraft as we get ready for some action from Mid-Ohio. And we got some big plans for tonight, 40 laps around this epic little course here in the U.S. And what a great place for an America's race, Kane.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Mid-Ohio. I think we were here not too long ago, but I don't think we broadcast it. But maybe I'm wrong. It's been wrong before. But yeah, the first race for us to broadcast this season. So we missed last week due to some serious issues with the broadcast software. Got those figured out. Run a little bit behind tonight because for some reason iRacing wouldn't launch. Error 61, whatever that was, about 15 times. But I am in now. That's great news.
Gonna be fun tonight regardless.
Yeah, Mid-Ohio is a good track for these guys. I know last night they had a good race here. Last week we didn't get a broadcast, but it was also a heck of a race. I know Catastrophe in Turn 1 kind of ruined a couple people's race last week. And so last week the drivers kind of struggled a little bit, but this week I think we're going to see these guys do very well. Still struggling myself to get things working exactly right here, because I had to reset everything from last week whenever the software broke, so just got to get everything to fit on the screen. Looks like I've lost JD, so hopefully he'll be back here in just a second. Alright guys, sorry about the delay and all the silence here. I think I've got this thing ready to work. There it is. Alright, good news, just in time for the race. Sorry, I should have had that done. I didn't realize everything had been reset. But we are all set now to go for the green flag here. Looks like Marlon McMullen is going to be on pole.
Ah, it's good for Marlon.
Jason Quire in here with us tonight. He'll be going from second. Corey Preston with us tonight. Good to see Corey back in the V8 Supercars America Series. And someone else with us tonight that we ain't seen in a while. That's going to be Nigel Baines. He'll be going from fourth. Paul Garrell, new SDC member, he'll be going from fifth. And Zach Thomas will be going from 6th, Tony Klusterman in 7th, Jason Hyde in 8th, Curtis Chipway from 9th, Sanjin Dalalik from 10th, Brendan King from 11th, Chris D'Angelo 12th, Gary Cooper from 13th, Darren McKenzie from 14th, David Terry 15th, Mark Meyer 16th. Mark Myers used to be a V8 Supercars Americas regular. We haven't seen him for a while, so he'll be going from 16th. Scott Wilmey, that's one we haven't seen before. He'll be going from 17th. John Courtney from 23rd, or from 17th. John Courtney's the 23 car. He'll be going from 18th. Brayton Round from 19th. Brenton O'Brien's with us tonight. He'll be going from 20th. Chris Thomas 21st. Jody Davis 22nd. Chris Randish 23rd. And these guys are off here at Mid-Ohio.
That's it. 40 laps. Big one starting right here.
All right, so Marlon Mullen is out in front, just ahead of Corey Preston. Paul Gorell's got up into the third spot. Jason Quire down to 4th. Whoa, there is some contact. Looks like Paul Gorell maybe. No, that's going to be Jason Quire that was all sideways. JD, check out the number 2 car in 9th place. That is going to be Curtis Chipway. Haven't seen Curtis Chipway for several seasons here in the V8 Supercars Americas. I'm very glad to see Curtis rejoin us here in the America Series. So Marlon is still out in the number 1 spot. Corey Preston in 2nd. Paul Gorell's still in that 3rd place spot. Jason Quire in 4th, I think. Let's see what we got here. Paul Gorell in 3rd. Jason Quire in 4th. Zach Thomas in 5th. Jason Hyde in 6th. Sanjin Dalalik in 7th. Gary Cooper back there running in 11th place. Gary, birthday boy this week. Had his birthday just a couple days ago. Alright, so the battle right now looks like it's going to be for the 3rd place. Paul Gorell's got his teammate Jason Quire anxiously on his bumper, and just behind those guys, Zach Thomas. Keeping up with these guys very well this week. He's right there on the bumper, Jason Quire. Looking pretty racy, actually. So the field staying pretty close together today, JD. Not like the last couple races we've seen here. All these guys really staying with it. This is going to be a great race. Corey Preston back in 2nd place, 3 seconds off of Marlon McMullen. Marlon got his computer running quite a bit better after he figured out about the Core Zero issue, and it's really showing here. He seems to be running really smooth here at Mid-Ohio. He's pulled away from Corey Preston by 3 seconds. Somebody pulled a practical joke on Corey Preston overnight, went and pulled all the stickers off of his car.
All right,
Are you back?
check 1 2. Yes, I'm here, buddy. I just want to make sure you can hear me okay.
I got you.
Man, awesome. Sorry about the delay. I had totally forgotten I was on a different, on the wrong internet that I use, which I don't want to get into explaining it right now, but yeah, man, and I tried to fix it before I got in the server, and the problem was once I had already loaded into the server, when I changed it, it booted me out.
Ah.
Man, I was watching a great battle just a second ago between Paul Gurrell in the number 7 or in the number 10 car up there in the 7th position. He was working hard just a moment ago. There's several good drivers out there right now that are trying hard to battle. Another one right now, Jason Quire. Kane, he's working hard right now. And, you know, we already mentioned before, loving the new SDC paints. They look really good. Really loving that livery there on Jason Quire's number 8 Commodore. Now, behind Jason Quire, Zach Thomas starting to come up, and he's got himself moving in his Never Quit Racing SimAbility Commodore. And we've seen some good things from some of the SimAbility drivers lately.
Yeah, Zach Thomas coming in here today really looking good. He must have really practiced up in the offseason. He's running in this 5th spot and owning it. You know, Zach Thomas, pretty new driver. He's only been driving this V8 Supercar for a couple seasons now. And to be up here running in 5th place, running with Jason Quire and Paul Gurrell like he is, that says a lot. He's really doing well. I'm really impressed. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to agree with you 100%. I'm so impressed with not only what we've seen just from Zach Thomas, but really when you look at this team as a whole, look at what we've seen from Tony Klusterman just over last season and just the growth we've seen from those guys. So this is a really good pickup, I think, for this team, this Never Quit Racing team, to pick up Zach. Zach, like you said, he's really looking very good early in this one. He's still hanging right there with Jason Quire, a guy that's definitely shown to have loads of talent in this car. And right now, he's got his hands full, worried about that SimAbility Commodore in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, I was just checking on the other SimAbility vehicle, Tony Klusterman. He's got a little bit of damage to the car, but he's given Brendan King a run for his money. Brendan King, a driver that just came back to the V8 Supercar last season and had been out for a while, really came back with a vengeance, really showed some great speed right off the bat. And struggling a little bit here at Mid-Ohio. I talked to him earlier this week. He said he just can't find the good fast groove here. He can drive the track okay. He just had to buy it just to race here, but you know, so he's just been learning it just for a few days here. But he just said he's struggling just to find good speed, and he's back there in 8th, just getting the job done.
Well, I tell you what, Kane, this track, especially if you just picked it up, this is a unique track. It's a lot different than a lot of the other tracks that we run on. It's really a lot different than any other track on the sim. I don't know what it is about it. Mid-Ohio always seemed like such a small track to me, and it's not. It's really not a short track or anything, but it's unique. I don't know. It always, to me, it just had a really unique flow to it, and I never could get speed here. And some guys, they'll try forever and just never seem to get a good, like you said, find a good groove to run here. And hopefully these guys get some rubber laid down, and maybe they can start to find a good groove here in a minute. And, you know, now on the contrary, there are a few guys, Kane, they love this place. They come in here, and every time they come in here, they do well.
Yeah, I just seen Nigel Baines get a position over Chris D'Angelo.
And how good is it to see Nigel Baines back in the V8 Supercar Americas race tonight? That is really a treat.
It is, and he's been off racing the go-kart, and I don't know, go-kart season must be winding down or something, but it is good to see him back, and to see him get back into the car and run as well as he is after such a long break, that's pretty exciting too.
I think a lot of people, especially some of the viewers out there that may not do a lot of racing, may not realize just how difficult it is to step out of the sim, especially over the last few builds we've had, and to get back in. I bet this car feels almost alien to him, Kane. I mean, you got to think this car and the tracks, everything has changed so much since he probably was last in the car, and it's probably going to take him a good 15 to 20 laps just to kind of get the old feeling back. But I'm very impressed with him right now. He's flirting with a top 10 spot. He is looking ahead right now. He's got his sights set on Gary Cooper there in the number 12 machine, and he is working. I want to look at another battle just up a little bit. It is back on Tony Klusterman and Brendan King, Kane. That is the battle for the 8th position. The number 9 car right now leads the way, and Brendan King continues to hold down this 8th spot. However, Tony Klusterman is on the hunt, and the Simability Commodore is pushing forward.
Seeing a lot of smoke here at Mid-Ohio. These guys being extra hard on the tires as they come into some of these turns. Seeing just about everybody have a little puff of smoke here and there, so seems like just about everybody being
Here
hard
it
on the
is,
tires.
run on the inside from Nigel Baines, and does not have the boost he needed. He did give it a shot. He does peek to the inside, but the door is shut by the Hinlink machine of Gary Cooper. Good job there from the number 12 Falcon, as he is able to shut that opportunity down and take it away from Nigel Baines. And we'll see if this KSW machine can make it around. Here he comes, Nigel Baines on another opportunity. He does get inside, and he has a little bit of an advantage. He'll have a beautiful turn here. If it grips, he's got the pass. It will grip. He has made the completion. Welcome to the top 10, Nigel Baines.
That's going to put our birthday boy back in 11th position here. Of course, I don't know if you heard me say that, JD, but it's Gary's birthday. His birthday was just a couple days ago, so this is Gary's birthday week.
And that's fantastic. Birthday race there for Gary Cooper, and glad to see that. The Hinlink Ford Falcon out there rocking out on a birthday race. Kane, I hate to talk about that pass right after we talk about his birthday, but you got to give that pass. It is nothing that Gary Cooper did wrong. That was a beautiful job of some very, very good tactical driving from Nigel Baines there. He went and committed to the inside, and we see a lot of times some of these guys, they'll go down to commit. They don't get quite the run that they want, and they'll back out of it. Nigel really stuck in through that entire turn. He hugged the inside. The car gave him just enough grip to hang down inside of him. He didn't push too hard, and after the second turn, it paid off with a pass. And once he has got around Gary, he is starting to move along. So I think the feeling's starting to come back into that number 3 car.
Tell you what, though, JD, up here in the top, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all these guys running bumper to bumper. We've got an exciting race up here.
Yeah, this is quite impressive right now, as these guys really putting on something fun for us. Corey Preston leads the way in the 6-boost Ford Falcon. Right behind him, it is Paul Gorell, and he is currently in the 3rd spot. Jason Quire, of course, in 4th. 5th, Zach Thomas. That battle been going on for quite some time. Here comes a move on the inside. It is an opportunity, as we got side-by-side racing for 2nd place on the inside. Paul Gorell going to go door-to-door with a very fast 6-boost Falcon, and there they come down on the inside. It's going to be a great run. Can Corey Preston hang on? It's times like these when you have to continue to hang on, and he's done well so far. What's going to happen through this one? And, I think Corey drove it in a hair too sharp, but he somehow hangs in there. He gets back out in the lead. Look at this. We're going to have a leapfrog. Here he comes, guys. A wonderful, wonderful move from Jason Quire. He jumped up not 1 but 2 spots quickly. Oh, no. A little bit of contact's going to send the KSW car around. That is Paul Gorell. He was fighting for second place and gets the tiniest bit of contact, and that's going to send him around, and that'll put him back. He's going to have to fight to get back up there. Boy, what an unfortunate spot for Paul Gorell to land in as well, Kane. He comes in right in front of this battle between Brendan King and Tony Klusterman, and that was a very scary moment because that could have involved 3 cars in just that one little incident.
I think I'm going to go back and take a look at that little incident there with Paul Gurrell. If I can get it to go back far enough. Yeah,
Oh,
here
man.
we are.
While you're looking at that, we got more trouble. Oh, no, Paul Gurrell going to go into the... Oh, no. He gets back in, taps into Tony Klusterman. We got 3 cars spinning out and into tire barriers. Oh, man, that is so unfortunate. As while this has continued, now we had just a little incident has now turned into a major one, and that is so unfortunate.
I'm just going to let this replay ride until that other incident there with Paul Gurrell.
Yeah, let it ride, because I think that the incident you're showing on the replay has to do with this one, I'm afraid, pal.
So he's already has a little incident come out in front of Brendan King and in front of Tony Klusterman there. In the replay here, they're getting ready to go into this sharp turn 1. Looks like, yeah, in contact there with Brendan King. That's going to send Paul Gurrell crazy into Brendan King, into Tony Klusterman. 3 cars out of the contention now. That's man.
Kane, you have to give me your honest to God thoughts on that right there. What just happened?
I don't know. I'm going to have to see if I can bring it back up and take another look at it.
I need to look at a few more angles, because what I see right now, I'm not sure I like. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to try to pull another angle up. But it sure looks like...
Oh, Paul
looks
just
like
kind
the
of...
7 car.
Paul just kind of come left, like, I don't know, like he didn't know Brennan was out there. That was definitely odd.
Well, that's why, because of the way that he just kind of sharply turned left, either he didn't know he was there or he did know he was there. And I'm sure it's the latter. He didn't, or the former, sorry.
Yeah, I'll go back and take another look at that.
Regardless of the intent, the damage is done, and I hate to see that, especially for Tony Klusterman, who kind of was an innocent bystander there as Paul Gurrell came back onto the track as he was out of control, and unfortunately Tony Klusterman got caught up in that mess, and 3 cars that were really fast today are now in some trouble, and I hate that, because we were having really fun watching these guys. Brendan King, Tony Klusterman, and Paul Gurrell all had very fast cars, and very sad that all 3 of those cars now out of contention for this one.
Yeah, going back on that last replay, I went on board with Paul Gurrell. You could just see he just kind of drifted left, just kind of drifted into Brendan's lane there, and the contact was made. It definitely didn't seem intentional from the onboard.
Kate, I'm sorry, I can't stop right now. We got incredible racing going on between Corey Preston and Nigel Baines right now. Very, very impressive racing between these guys. And Nigel Baines chews up another driver. He has just made it past not only Corey Preston, but Brendan King. And Nigel Baines continues to move forward. That was a really good racing between Corey and Nigel. Now Corey Preston and Brendan King going to maybe get together and do some one-on-one racing going.
Yeah, a couple drivers with some bad luck here today. Corey was up there in second place before I started all the replays, and now look, something's happened to Corey. He's down in 7th place.
It's amazing how quickly things can change.
Zach Thomas up in 2nd place here today. He's still got Jason Quire working hard to get around him, and Jason Hyde now up into the battle. And Sanjin Dalalik's up there in 5th now. So still a great race up here at the front, just different cars.
It is an incredible race. I'll do a full rundown here, guys. Lap 14 of 40 tonight. Long race on our hands. Marlon McMullen, of course, is your leader directly from the pole. He has led the entire race so far. If you just joined us, he has led all of these 14 laps. In second place, it is the number 4 car of Zach Thomas. Zach doing an incredible job right now. He is hanging on and holding on tightly to that second spot. In third, it's Jason Quire in the KSW Sim Pit Commodore. Behind him, it is Jason Hyde in the Hinlink Falcon. And back in fifth, it is Sanjin Dalalik. As Kane mentioned just a second ago, a great run so far from Sanjin Dalalik in the bonus lawn Commodore. Behind Sanjin is sixth place. It's Nigel Baines, who is another one of the SDC Motorsports drivers, currently just outside of the top 5. We've watched him grab 4 quick positions over the course of the last 5 laps. Been fun to watch. Brendan King rides in 7th place at the moment. Tony Klusterman in 8th. 9th is Corey Preston. As we go out to round out our top 10, it is a happy birthday from Gary Cooper in the number 12 Hinlink Industries Ford Falcon. Outside of the top 10 guys, Paul Gurrell rides in 11th. In 12th, it's Chris D'Angelo in the Red Bull Commodore. Behind him, it's Darren McKenzie in 13th. 14th is going to belong to, let's see, let me go back here. 14th is going to belong to David R. Terry. 15th, Jody Davis. Chris Radish in 16th. 17th, John Courtney. Mark Myers in 18th. Brayton Round in 19th. Curtis Chipaway in 20th. Brendan O'Brien is 21st. 22nd is Scott Wilhelm. And Chris Thomas rounds out the 23 car field.
JD, I don't know how I've missed it this entire race. Jody Davis in the Iron Maiden car. Are you seeing that?
Yes, I am. That is an awesome paint. That is an amazing livery on Jody Davis's Iron Maiden
Trooper
Commodore.
car. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get a better, I have some cool camera angles. Yeah, that is absolutely stunning. Really, really like that.
Yeah, good paint there for Jody Davis.
Trooper.
Lots of drivers here today that we haven't seen before here in the top split. Chris Radish, he's doing well in 16th place. John Courtney in 17th, and I know you just went through these, but just kind of shining a little bit of a spotlight on these drivers we haven't really seen before. Brayton Round in 19th. Still got a good clean-looking car coming up on Corey Preston. And then Scott Wilmey's 11 laps down. He is out of the race. Didn't get to see Scott much, or Chris Thomas, but maybe those guys will have a little bit better luck next week.
Yeah, that's it. All you can do is drop back and try again.
So back
Better
up here
luck.
at the front, Marlon McMullen, 12 seconds ahead of second place Zach Thomas. Zach up here in second place, holding off a hard charging field. He's holding off Jason Quire, a seasoned veteran here in the V8 Supercars America Series, but the V8 car as well. So Zach Thomas really doing well here today.
Our leader is coming up on a little bit of lap traffic. Chris Radicic is the car that our leader will have to get around here. Well, I'm looking at Chris Radicic. Let me check out that livery on his car in the Secura Safe Storage Ford Falcon. Good looking livery on that one as well.
I'm not showing a livery for him. I better reset my liveries here.
It's good old Redback Racing on the tail too. That's good, really good looking livery as he does let the leader Marlon McMullen around. And I got some good nominees for livery of the week.
Marlon getting a little slippery there through that corner.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep an eye on these guys, Kane. You know, at some point the tires are going to hit that wall and they're just going to fall. And I'm really curious to see when that point's going to be. Marlon has been so fast out of the gates, and he has just continued to keep it up. He's not letting up at all. And eventually the tires are going to go. And we should see some guys start to pit pretty soon. I thought we'd see them going around anywhere between 15 and 20 but it looks like we'll see him go more closer to the latter half of the race, maybe between 20 and 25, as this is a 40-lapper. Be interesting to see when we start seeing some big pit stops.
Yeah, one thing about this season is most of the races this season are going to be pit stop races. Whew, that was close for Zach Thomas. He drifted around the corner there, was able to maintain control and maintain his position, but nearly lost it there. So these guys definitely losing their tires quick here at lap 18.
So they're definitely losing them. Fall off is among us. Corey Preston trying to make it around Paul Garrell right now. Kane, this is a fun one. These two are really starting to heat things up. A Ford Holden battle on the track. We're looking at the 6-boost Falcon of Corey Preston trying to run down Paul Garrell in the KSW Simput Commodore. And these two cars continue as Paul Garrell is able to hold on to that 10th spot momentarily. He looks, or actually 9th spot. Looks very good, calm and collective.
Tell you what, these cars can take a pretty good beating without getting the meatball flag. I mean, look at these cars still out there racing.
These bad boys are iron beasts. No iron, but it's like they're made of iron. And I'm watching Jason Hyde in 4th place. Sanjin Dalalik, very impressed. Once again, he's in the bonus lawns Holden Commodore. That is the number 10 car for those looking on. In 5th place, he is trying really hard to get up there and catch that Hinlink. And he's not that far off, Kane. Sanjin Dalalik, very impressed with the performance out of him thus far.
Yeah, I've still got him listed on Evolution, but I know that's not correct. I know he and Bones have partnered up on a team, but I don't think they ever gave themselves a name. Not sure.
I know it's cool. Both of them got this awesome green bonus lawns livery on their cars. Remember, Bones had it last week.
Yeah, they do that so that if they screw up and get off track, then we won't be able to see them.
Is that what it is? Oh man, I like that.
Yeah, some camouflage.
Zach Thomas trying to make his way around Chris Radicic, and he will do so no problem.
I am seeing that livery now for Chris.
Ooh, man. Really wide turn from Jason Quire. He was able to get on the brakes just in the nick of time. Some smoke coming up from that WSM Pit Commodore. The car is back on. He's trying to get around Chris Radicic. Chris does finally move.
Right at the last second. Holy smokes, that was scary.
That was closer than it would be.
Oh, no, Jason Hyde not
made.
so lucky. Oh, man, Chris.
Oh, no, and caught up as well as Sanjin Dalalik, and that is what you hate to see. That is so unfortunate.
Yeah, leader's just trying to get by. Again. Yeah, and, man.
Oh, one split. Tough break. Well, Sanjin Dalalik's got it going on with Brendan King right now, Kane, and it's given us a well of a battle out of nowhere. And poor Sanjin Dalalik, you know, just got the wrong place at the wrong time. And now he's got to fight for everything to hang on to his spot. Brendan King really putting on some heat as they come down the front stretch here at Mid-Ohio. Here you see it. Brendan King going to peek down on the inside. He will not get the move. Sanjin Dalalik does find speed. Back
How
in
did
the
he
bonus
get going
lawns,
again
Commodore.
so fast?
He just got a good run, man. Got that momentum back going, and he has found his groove very quickly. Sanjin obviously very comfortable with the way the car feels right now and this track. He looks very, very, very good in this one.
Brendan King with some troubles earlier on, found himself off track with some contact, and now fighting for 6th place here with Sanjin Dalalik. So what could have been a disastrous race has turned around for him.
Man, these two continue to go at it. And Brendan King, he is not giving up an inch. He is hanging in there every second, every ounce of push he's giving it. And that has got to be that's got to be weighing heavily on Sanjin Dalalik's conscience right now. He knows he's there. Here he's going to look to the inside. He may have just got a good run. Not enough. The car is fast enough. He is able to keep Brendan King at bay for now.
Sanjin's connection's a little goofy here tonight. That's probably forcing Brendan to run a little extra careful. Of course, these guys are on an American server, and that for these Australians definitely makes it tough. Tony Klusterman coming into the battle now. He's going to get right back onto the bumper of Brendan King. Tony and Brendan having a race-long race here so far. Of course, we are just over the halfway point. But Tony able to keep Brendan in his sights for this whole race so far. So a great battle here between Tony and Brendan King. Zach Thomas now up in that second spot, able to get 3.5 seconds ahead of that third place Jason Quire. Jason has got about the same gap ahead of that fourth position Jason Hyde. And then Jason Hyde, he's in some serious danger from Nigel Baines, who's just drove up through the field today. Nigel finds himself in fifth position, looking up to Jason for fourth.
We are over the halfway point, guys. We're currently on lap 23 of 40, so halfway home in this one. Have not seen these guys hit the pits. Kane may have to pull up some info on that because I haven't seen anybody. I've been watching these cars and I hadn't been paying attention to pit road.
Courtney's in the pits right now, John Courtney. He's back in the 19th position, but he is the first one of the top 20 to hit pit road. Nigel Baines now within half a second of fourth place Jason Hyde. Then, of course, the biggest battle on the field is for this sixth place, guys. Sanjin Dalalik, Brendan King, and Tony Klusterman all battling for Sanjin's sixth place position.
Jody Davis is headed down pit road. Let's see if any of the trio goes down pit road. Nope, none of the trio of Tony Klusterman, Brendan King, and Sanjin Dalalik elect to go down pit road. So not yet. It's not quite the trend to hit pit road just yet. The cars must still be doing okay. We've seen two go, but that's it.
And this has been a pretty rough season so far from what I hear about the first race last week and then this race. These guys battling hard this season.
That's what I like to see, Kane. All right, the potential livery of the week, the Trooper Commodore, is away. Jody Davis will rejoin the track and try to move forward the best he can.
That is a really cool livery.
Loving it, man. Loving that. John Courtney still in pit road, Kane, so obviously that's not just a routine stop. That is some kind of damage or something getting fixed on John Courtney's number 23 machine, and I hate to see that.
Battle still going on back for the 10th spot. Corey Preston and Gary Cooper battling it out. Corey does get that position, and that puts Gary Cooper well behind him. Gary's still in the battle, though. We'll just have to check back on that one and see how that ends up going.
All right, Kane, let's focus real quick, if we can, on the fourth position right now, as this one is really good. Nigel Baines trying to run down Jason Hyde here It is a really, really fun one. Another Ford Holden battle. Right now, the Henlink Industries machine of Jason Hyde trying everything in his power to hang on as Nigel Baines in the KSW Sim Pit Commodore continues to put pressure on. And right now, great job down this straightaway from the Henlink Industries machine. Jason Hyde continuing to hang on to that 4 spot. We've seen some really impressive driving today out of Nigel Baines. We saw him sneak into the top 10, and then he has done nothing but move forward since. He has found his way into the top 5, and he would love to get up here in the top 4. Tell you what, there's tons of time for him to do what he needs to in this one. We're only on lap 25 of 40, so...
Check back on the battle just behind him with Sanjin Dalalik. He's finally starting to break away a little bit from Brendan King. We've seen Brendan have a little bit of a goof up a couple laps ago where he kind of got a little sideways. He did manage to stay ahead of Tony Klusterman. But,
Nigel Baines on the inside. Can't get it done. What driving from Jason Hyde. Wait a minute, Kane. Here goes another opportunity. Nigel Baines does look to the inside. He's going to take a pretty good turn. He does have the inside. They're going to touch. A little bit of contact, not bad. They're going to remain door to door, and this battle is going to continue. One blue oval, one Holden. They're going neck and neck, and the battle is for 4th place. They're going to continue to go at it. Nigel Baines will have the inside advantage. Will it be enough? It will. It is a great pass right there, but it's only going to last momentarily.
Jason Hyde with some good momentum there on the outside. That's going to put him on the inside. He's got the inside lane now. Now Nigel's got the inside lane. Wow, some great racing between those two guys there. Hey, man, that's some good, respectful racing that those guys were able to get through all those turns and still come out racing.
Yeah, very, very good run from both of these gentlemen. Although Nigel Baines is the one that walks away with the short-term victory, as he does move into that 4th spot. And that is another position gained from Nigel Baines in the number 3 KSW Sim Pit Holden.
Yeah, I think Jason Hyde's going to stay with him, and maybe in the next couple laps we might see that same kind of battle again. Whoa, Jason Hyde gets a little slippery through there, drifts through the corner. That's going to cost him a lot of time there on Nigel Baines, so maybe I was wrong.
Still a lot of time, so we could see that one tighten back up.
So engine hard on the brakes there. A couple puffs of smoke. Brendan King still holding off Tony Klusterman. Paul Gorell catching back up. He's in that 9th spot. He's 2.5 seconds off that battle up ahead of him. Corey Preston in 10th place. He is still managing to stay ahead of Gary Cooper, starting to pull away just a little bit now. He's got half a second over Gary Cooper. Chris D'Angelo, he is in the Red Bull race car, like you said earlier, but he's 5.5 seconds off of the Gary Cooper-Corey Preston battle, so Chris just kind of hanging out today. He's got good pace, but just I don't know. This is just one of those tracks that's just really tough.
It is an extremely difficult track. Corey Preston able to remain out front of Gary Cooper for now. And I believe he'll stay there.
Sanjin's connection definitely getting a little scary here. He's popping in and out and popping off the screen and popping off the score sheet and everything. So hopefully his connection will stabilize and he'll be able to finish this race okay. Pretty impressed with Brendan King also, not being too comfortable with this track coming in here today, having an accident, no fault of his own, quarter of the way through the race, and still up here in the top 10 in 7th place, battling for position, chasing down the driver ahead, so having a pretty good race.
He has done exceptionally well. All right, let's check in on a driver we hadn't talked much about. That is our leader. Give him some due credit as he remains in the lead. That is Marlon McMullen. And Marlon McMullen continues to lead this one, guys. And he's in P1 and in the number 1 Vortex Commodore.
Are these guys going to be able to fuel save their way through these 40 laps without a pit stop?
That's what I'm wondering. Nothing would surprise me.
Well, we see these top 10 drivers have not hit pit road at lap 30, and you would think if they were going to pit, they would want to do it at a point where they could maximize their tires. So
that's what I
think they can make the whole way.
And I was thinking that they were going to have to pit, and I was thinking we'd see everybody come in around lap 20.
This is a pretty short track, so...
It is. That's a very good point.
My Luna dog outside, wanting to make sure she gets into the broadcast here tonight.
Good to have her here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to issue the livery of the week, and I'm going to have to go ahead and hand this award to the number 19 car of Jody Davis. He currently is in the 16th position, so it's got to be a feel-good knowing that at least you can take away the Livery of the Week award, the very prestigious Livery of the Week award, and that is an incredible livery there on the number 19 Holden Commodore of Jody Davis, the Trooper machine, and it continues to ride out here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Complex.
None of that. He's taking good care of that Trooper machine. He's one of the few cars that's got no scrapes, no bruises, got all its panels still. So Jody definitely knows he's got a really cool car. He's taking good care of it. The battle of the race still seems to be this Sanjin Delalich, Brendan King, Tony Klusterman battle here for 6th. Sanjin still out in front, Brendan King in 7th, Tony Klusterman in 8th. These guys still neck and neck. I'm just really impressed with this battle. These guys definitely showing some good respect racing with each other. Nearly bumper to bumper for, well, Tony and Brendan's been doing it for 30 laps so far. You can have a great race in these cars for 30 laps and don't even have to make contact. So, sometimes when you see these guys within 5 laps get all beat up and banged up and everything, it just makes you wonder why in a 40-lap race, why it has to be such a bang-up race. But these guys definitely can race bumper to bumper for dozens of laps without any contact. Thought Brendan was going to go for the move there. He thought better of it, tucked back in behind Sanjin. But he has caught all the way up to the bumper of Sanjin Delalich now. We will probably see a move here before long because he has caught right up to him. Checking in on Nigel Baines in 4th. He has started to pull away from Jason Hyde. Almost 2 seconds he's pulled away from Jason Hyde. So Nigel, definitely one of the fastest cars on the track, with the exception of Marlon McMullen, who has run away with this thing 14 seconds. So Marlon having a great race here today. But the driver I'm most impressed with, Zach Thomas in 2nd place. He's 4.5 seconds ahead of third place Jason Quire, and that is just impressive from Zach. That last season we seen Zach, mid-pack, and the season before that he was just learning. And to see him come out here this season and here the second race of the season have such a great race, I'm impressed.
I'm right there with you, buddy. That is a very impressive feat, and he has represented himself very well. All right, guys, we are on lap number 32 of 40. Go ahead and say we're about to start lap 33. And this one only goes to 40, so some things going to have to get themselves figured out pretty soon if you're going to move up. The time is now. No time to dilly-dally around. You got to make your move and capitalize.
Speaking of move up, Paul Gorell has taken that 2.5 seconds and done away with it. He is caught up to the bumper of Tony Kloosterman and is in this same battle here that we've been watching for the whole race. Sanjay Dalalik, Brandon King, Tony Kloosterman, and now Paul Gorell in the sim pit machine.
Boy, I'm telling you what, this race is starting to run out of laps in a hurry.
Yeah, considering as many of them as there was, I'm really surprised. It really seems like it went fast.
It really does. Sanjay Dalalik, of course, up here in 6th place. Behind him, Brendan King, followed by Tony Kloosterman, and then Paul Gorell. 4 cars battling it out here late in this one. And Paul Gorell going to go door to door with the sim ability machine of Tony Kloosterman. And he have to try again momentarily.
Yeah, these cars been racing so close for so long. They just look a mess. These cars are filthy dirty.
Yeah, they are. They are a big mess.
Go on board with Tony Kloosterman and take a look at his windshield. He still has pretty good visibility out the windshield. The front of the car just plastered with oil and debris and everything. The windshield's getting pretty messy, but you can still see pretty good out of it. Now, some of these races can't even hardly see out the windshield by the time they're done.
I know. And those are some wild ones, man. They kick up so much dirt or oil and everything from the car in front of you, especially when you ride that long. Right there, right in the rearview mirror, man. That stuff just cakes on there. All right, guys, we are looking at the start of lap 35, so we'll be 5 to go here very soon at Mid-Ohio.
Take a look out Marley McMullen's window. He does have 2 little speckles on the windshield.
That is
otherwise
correct.
A perfectly clean windshield, perfectly clean car.
Here, Tony Kloosterman got his hands full again. Kane, here is another opportunity from Paul Gorell. He does get the inside this time, but does he have enough momentum? The tires may not have enough grip. He gets a little loose and he'll back out this time. But that car really has an opportunity to make that pass happen. He showed it there, just didn't quite get the run he wanted. Man, they're continuing just to go at it. Paul Gorell continuing to try to get down here and get ahead of Tony Kloosterman. That is the battle for 8th place, guys, as we look on here. And right now, very, very, very impressed with Tony Kloosterman's composure that he has kept through this battle. And there's another one right in front of him, as we've mentioned, between Brendan King and Sanjin Dalalik. Now, Sanjin Dalalik, remember the incident earlier in the race, Brendan King, they're all right here battling it out for 6th place.
Yeah, these guys just got around Curtis Chipway. Curtis Chipway's 6 laps down from an early race incident that we didn't catch, but Curtis in the Grip TV car. Good to see Curtis join us again. It really stinks that he had such a bad race to start with, but good to see him back out on the track. Anyway.
Man, so much stuff going on right now. As we are winding this one down, guys. Of course, if you are just joining us, Marlon McMullen has really led this thing ever since the drop of the green flag. He was the pole sitter for the race today, and right now no competition, as he has got a nice size lead late in this one. Of course, anything's possible, Kane, you know that. Let's take a look at Brendan King real quick and watch what's going on with these guys. Really has been one of the better battles on the track is watching Brendan King, and he has attempting there. And Brendan King trying to get back up there. He'd love to catch Sanjin Dalalik. Just may run out of time. We're running out of laps. It is lap 37 of 40, so this race really running out in a hurry.
Yeah, Tony Klusterman had been up there battling with Brendan King all race long. Now Paul Gurrell comes up and really puts some pressure on Tony Klusterman. That takes Tony off the bumper of Brendan King because he has to kind of defend from Paul Gurrell. But definitely a couple really good battles going on here mid-pack.
Wow.
Sanjay now starting to pull away from Brendan King, who was right up there on the bumper, but seems like the closer Brendan gets to the bumper of Sanjay Dalalik, the crazier Sanjay's internet connection goes.
A little trouble for Darren McKenzie. Kane, as he was running in 13th place, the car ran across the grass there, and it looked like possibly either a blown engine or just hard contact. Oh, it was hard contact. Lost control and nose first into the inside retaining barrier. End of the run for Darren McKenzie.
Taking a look at that incident there with Darren. Yeah, he hit the curb. It just knocked the car all crazy, sent him head first into the wall. And yeah, tough break for Darren. That was a serious impact.
Man, that really was. All right, guys, let's do it. It is that time. Let's check in on your race leader, Marlon McMullen, today's pole sitter. He is on lap 38 of 40, so white flag is not that far off in the future. In fact, he's about to start that 39th lap. So with 38 complete here at Mid-Ohio, it has been all Marlon McMullen out front, as some of the others have had some really nice battles throughout the course of the race, Kane. They've kept us mighty entertained. And we'll see how this is going to pan out over the last few laps. Zach Thomas still is your driver in second place. And, oh no, Kane, what am I seeing here with Zach Thomas?
It looked like he had a little bit of a wobble there, but he's still doing good in second place, passing a slow car there, a lapped car, rather. Not quite sure who. Oh, that's that car we seen in the pits earlier. John Courtney.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, it threw me a little bit of a loop there.
John got at least half of his car repaired while he was in there. Bretton O'Brien back out on track. I guess he's been out on track for a while. He's only 6 laps down. I think from what I seen in the text, Britton don't have any sound on his iRacing, so that probably was difficult to start out the race without any sound.
That makes it so tough. People don't realize how much you use your sound. Oh, here comes a good run right now. Paul Garrell going to try to make it around Tony Klusterman. Caney had a bit of an opportunity. Going to have to try again. And here we are on lap 39. Paul Garrell trying to get around Tony. Is it going to happen, or will we run out of time? It's all going to happen very soon. Also, Brendan King is riding up there trying to get around Sanjay Dalalik. That is the battle for 6th place. So the battle for 6th and 8th are underway.
Marlon on the last half of his lap now, as he's finishing out the lap here. 17.2 seconds ahead of 2nd place Zach Thomas.
What an incredible run it has been from the Vortex, Holden, and I tell you what, straight from the pole, it has been a beautiful day for Marlon McMullen. He is on the final lap of the race. White flag is in the air. He's ready for some checkered flags.
Marlon needed a good race. He really did. He needed a good win to kind of get his confidence up after finishing out last season the way he did. You know, he went into that last race last season almost sure that he had the points lead, and come to find out he had misfigured on the drops, and so it was just devastational for him. Awesome drift there from Marlon to finish this thing out. I was a little worried, but he pulled it together. Great drift.
Yeah, he's just having fun right now, Kane. That is a happy driver there in the number 1 Vortex, Holden Commodore, as Marlon McMullen takes Mid-Ohio in very impressive, dominant performance, and that is a huge win for him. And you see just the thrill that he has. You can see it there in the car language as he's having a blast down there.
Whew, Nigel Baines almost caught up to Jason Quire for 3rd, but just shy.
Incredible, man. I'm telling you what, this one panning out, everybody getting across there, Nigel Baines, everybody coming across, and we'll do a full rundown in just a moment's time. Wow. That was a fast 40-lap race, bud.
Yeah, it was. Man, that was a great race. There was battles the entire time, and that's what we've really been missing, and I'm so glad to see it back.
That is correct. All right, guys, I guess it's as good a time as ever.
Marlon drifting around and turn, just about got it too much, but he pulled it back together.
All right, guys, here's your full rundown. Marlon McMullen in the Vortex. Holden Commodore takes the checkered flag in 2nd place today. It is the Simability Holden of Zach Thomas. And the final step on the podium goes to the KSW Painting or of out of the top 3. In 4th place, it is Nigel Baines, who does a phenomenal job in his Painting Commodore to finish 4th. 5th place is going to go to Jason Hyde in the Hinlink Industries number 11 Ford. And Brendan King is going to run in 6th in the SimWorks Sirius Virtual Motorsports machine. What a run from him. Tony Klusterman in the Never Quit Racing machine. He'll come across in 7th. Down in 8th, Sanjay Dalalik in the bonus lawns car. Then Paul Garrell will come across in 9th. 10th is going to go to the birthday driver in the Hinlink Industries number 12 Ford Falcon, Gary Cooper. Corey Preston in the 6-boost Ford Falcon comes across in 11th. 12th will go to Chris D'Angelo in the Red Bull Commodore. And we move down to 13th, where that will be David R. Terry. And then we go to some other ones. Our livery of the week winner, the number 19 car, the Trooper machine. That was looking extra good. That is of Jody Davis. So he does take the livery of the week award. He will walk away with 14th on the points. And then Mark Myers comes across in 15th in the Callahan machine. Good job from him and his Callahan Commodore. Down in 16th place, Darren McKenzie. Chris Radizich, of course, in the Secura safe storage machine. Down in 18th, it is Curtis Chipaway in the number 2 car. Britton O'Brien in the Maverick welding machine will come across in 19th. 20th belongs to John Courtney. In 21st, it went to Brayton Round, Scott Wilhelmy in 22nd, and of course Chris Thomas, who never really got the day going, rounds out the 23-car field. That is how we finish up, guys, here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, and what a day it was for these guys. Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course does it again.
Yeah, it definitely provided some great racing here today, that's for sure. Whenever we came in to the race today, I definitely did not expect for such a great race. So I'm impressed.
You never know what to expect when you come here. We've seen lots of different style races here, and I was very impressed with how tight and how well the field ran today. A lot of passing back and forth. We saw some unfortunate events, some guys kind of get together, but there's not a lot of room out there on this track. It's not a necessarily wide track. It's kind of narrow, not a lot of passing opportunities, and these guys were moving a lot considering. All right, I guess we're getting ready to start our post-race show. Kane, welcome back, buddy, for the post-race show tonight as we get ready to talk a little bit about tonight's race and close out everything, maybe have a driver interview or 4. We'll get started. How are you, buddy? What did you think about this one we just got through watching?
I loved it, man. It was good close racing from start to finish, and there was several issues. These cars really beat and banged their way through. And it was a kind of a rough race to start out with, but man, I'm impressed.
As well, very impressed. We saw a pit stop or 2, but it was not scheduled. So a lot of guys, of course, able to run the full length. And let's have a word with our first interview. Let's bring in our race winner real quick for a quick word with him.
Oh, hold on. Let's let Marlon get settled, and let's talk to Corey Preston. Bring him in first, because a lot of times he's one of the last ones to come in. So we'll bring him in first today.
Howdy.
How you doing, Corey? Good to see you back in the Americas Series. A tough race here today, but you still look good. I mean, a little drama there around lap 10 or so, maybe 12, but you still had some great battles and it looked like a great race.
Yeah, I managed to jink a quali lap out of it, and I stoved it into the wall pretty good on lap 5 or something. Lap 6 at that sweeping corner. I just smacked the inside wall and then put my steering out like 20 degrees, so yeah, and then it was just horrible turning left, so a couple laps later I just put it into the pit wall, so not terribly good race, but yeah.
Well, it's definitely good to see you back out here on the track. For some reason your livery didn't show your stickers for the first half of the race. I did reset it and got your stickers back on the car, but that was definitely an unusual glitch, but like I say, good to see you here today, and you had great pace. A little incident there that took you back, but it's still good to see you out there racing for position.
Yeah, thanks there, Kane. My quali pace was good, but I'm not so sure about a race. I mean, I kept with Marlon for like the first 100 metres and then he was gone, so yeah. Marlon has a tendency to do that.
Yeah, he does, and I'll bet he's happy to do it here today. It's been a while since he's been in victory lane, I think, so he'll be happy about that one. Well, thanks for joining us here today, Corey. I can't wait. Maybe we'll get to see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, Kane.
Appreciate it, Corey.
And of course, Corey, as always, buddy, good to hear from you, and we wish you the best in the week's preparation for next week, pal.
Thanks, Ken. Oops, JD.
That's all right, buddy. No worries. Take her easy.
Yeah, I'm a bit excited for Premier Series next week. It's at Sonoma, so yeah. Our cars usually generally pretty good there, so yeah.
Oh, I'll be doing that one. I'll be working that race next week, so I'll get to see you there.
Ooh, what you doing? Spill us the details.
Scott's just got something going on, so I'll be just minding the cameras.
I tell you what, that's going to be a bit of an awful time for you to get up, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be about 4 o'clock in the morning or so, but I've done it a few times in the past, so it won't be too bad. At least it's on the weekend.
Yep, so give us the inside scoop. You going to pull an all-nighter, or are you just not going to go to sleep?
I will probably go to sleep and wake up, but it's really hard to say with me.
Yep, just don't do a JD and not wake up.
Yeah, I won't be able to afford to do that. I'll have too many people depending on me. You know, the V8 Cups race, man, it's been amazing, and it gets tons of views. I mean, I would disappoint a couple thousand people.
Yeah, I mean it's good that Scops is broadcast on iRacing Live now, so it's getting out there. So yeah, a lot more people are watching it, and that's good.
It is. I'm really glad that iRacing Live has kind of opened up that venue to more of us broadcasters and let us get our shows out there as well.
And just quickly before you throw me out of here because I've taken too long, just that forum post on the forum with Aussie Greg Hill with the new work in progress cockpit sounds. They sound pretty mad.
Yeah, I didn't get to hear them. I did see that they were there, but I seen it on my cell phone, so I couldn't hear it. So I will have to go back and listen to that after the broadcast. Now I got my computer going.
Yeah, Corey,
Yeah.
explain that a little better for some of the viewers.
What it was is just some updated in-car sounds that the iRacing sound engineer is working on. So basically, it's the sound's a lot different. It sounds more like the actual. It's for a Commodore, so it sounds much like the real life Commodore, and it's actually got a bit more elements to it, like because these cars have a transaxle now. They make slightly different noises, even whilst the car's in neutral. So yeah, you can hear all the updated little bits like gear chatter and stuff, and should be good. Hope they do one for the Ford as well.
Yeah, that is awesome. I would love to add that. That's a really cool feature. Sound's a big part of racing. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
I would just assume that it'll just be one sound for the V8 Supercar in general. That's typically how they do it in the past.
I don't know. The NASCARs, now that I think it was it the sound engineer Greg Hill that he said he got in some new programs. So because I know the NASCAR Ford has a different sound to all the rest of them, and that's something that he's been working on. He's going to capture the different sounds that each car makes, be it if they're identical in physics. You know, they make slightly
Nice.
different noises. So I can't remember where I saw that, but he said he was going to try and do that as best he could. So yeah, this is a start for it already.
I would be really impressed and very appreciative too, so hopefully that is something that we'll see in the future. They're definitely adding lots of nice little touches, so iRacing never fails to impress me. They just keep moving forward.
Certainly do. I think just like you guys shouldn't throw me out of here. I'm taking up way too much of your time.
Yeah, we got to get an interview with the race winner. That's a pretty exciting interview we're missing out on here. Corey, thanks for coming and talking with us. We really do appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, that is Corey Preston. Let's have a word with our race winner now, and the pole sitter, Marlon McMullen. Marlon, welcome to the post-race show. How are you this evening?
Yeah, g'day guys, not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. That was a really dominating performance tonight at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. And walk us through your run tonight.
Yeah, had a really great race yesterday with Crackers. It was one of the first races I've actually done with this car this season, and I really enjoyed it. I learned quite a lot out of the car yesterday, and I know they say they haven't really changed anything on the car, but I feel like the sound is a bit more tyre squeal, so I'm sort of feeling like I've got a bit more focus with the tyres and all that. And yeah, so yesterday I was able to also secure 60 FPS, which I've been battling for months to get the pace out of my computer. And yeah, after yesterday I knew today I'd hopefully be able to use that 60 FPS to its maximum. So went out there and tried to put down a really nice qualifying lap, because I haven't done one for quite a nice long time, and was really thrilled to put it that far in front, and yeah, just sort of focused away and tried to keep to my own, and just had a really nice day today, enjoying 60 FPS finally.
Fantastic stuff, and so a big win for you this week at Mid-Ohio. We're going to go to Road Atlanta next week. What are you looking forward to next week at Road Atlanta? It's going to be another 40-lapper.
Oh, beautiful. I absolutely love Road Atlanta. I've had lots of success over there in the past. I like to nickname the track Marlanta, but we'll see how we go next week. I love the flow of it. It's just you come out the last sector, you go over the hill. I love those sort of tracks. You got to really point on with the car. It's fantastic. So yeah, it's nice to sort of drive the car to its potential again.
For some weird reason, yes, it's home track, but it reminds me, it's like America's Brands Hatch, the way it flows. I love it.
Yeah, they're like massive sort of go-kart tracks at the moment. I love it, So I don't know if my left foot sort of braking style helps around these sort of circuits, same as Oran Park, but yeah, every time we come to these sort of tracks, there's a little bit of a smile that pops up on my face.
Me too, man. I really enjoy it. That's where we'll be next week, and hopefully you'll be able to keep your success in a continued state. So we wish you the best of luck next week as well, Marlon. Congratulations on tonight's victory.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you again.
Oh, as always, buddy, the pleasure is ours. And that is your race winner, ladies and gentlemen, Marlon McMullen. And big congratulations for him. Let's bring in Tony Klusterman. Let's see if he's available for a post-race interview. Tony, welcome to the post-race show. Are you there with us?
How you doing, JD?
Doing wonderful, Tony. We were talking a little bit in the race about your team tonight. Well, I guess first of all, let's just get you introduced and in here. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Man, I'm glad to hear that, buddy. We were focusing on your team. Zach Thomas looked exceptionally well tonight. You were looking very well tonight, and we were just talking just how well the team has looked lately. We've seen lots of big things from you, and Zach was on fire for a while tonight. Tell us how's the team feeling, man? They look great on the track.
Yeah, we're coming together. Zach's great driver. And, he had a fantastic result tonight for Simability. Second place, very pleased with that. He was chasing Marlon, and he had a decent gap to third place, so it was nice to see. And I had a pretty decent race. Tried my best to stay off of Brendan's bumper. We were having a lot of difficulty. Sanjay was blinking in and out. I don't know if you saw that on the broadcast or not, but that made it a bit treacherous, and Brendan was being careful, which I give him a lot of credit, and I was trying to stay off his bumper, but did bump him a couple of times.
Yeah, we did catch that on the broadcast, and I hate that because Sanjay did have a good little run going for a little while there, and it was good to see him doing well. But at any rate, yeah, man, I tell you what, Tony, you got caught up in some little bit of unfortunate contact there. I know it was very quick how it happened, but you did end up coming back from that and making something out of it.
Yeah, I thought I was safe. I saw them wrecking beside me, and I thought I'll just duck into the inside here, and I thought I was clear, but I guess I did a Danica Patrick, or was it a Casey Kane?
Both of those are acceptable answers. But yeah, man, I mean, it happened so fast. In fact, Kane was actually broadcasting the replay of their incident that happened prior, and during the replay is when those two got in it again, came off the track and came back into your car. And I hated to see it. It just happened so quickly. If you blink, you would have missed it. And like you said, this track is a narrower track. It's hard to pass here, so you're going to have some guys get together sometime. I hated to see you be an innocent bystander.
Well, it happens from time to time, and that's part of the danger run when you're up front, because everybody's running so closely, and they're trying hard, and I don't blame them. So, it's part of the learning process again, and as I've said many times, I'm just happy to be with this group of guys and starting to show some pace.
Man, as you should be, Tony. Keep up the good work. The team looks well. You look well. And as always, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks a lot, JD. You guys take care.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Tony Klusterman. And great guy right there from Never Quit Racing. And Kane, big night tonight, 40-lap race. We saw a exceptional run from Marlon McMullen as he was able to take the checkered flag from the pole. And he says he's ready for a Road Atlanta next week, and I am too.
Yeah, Road Atlanta is definitely a track that has suited him well over the years. You know, Marlon is probably one of the drivers that has been with the series ever since we have, and so we got to see him perform on just about all these tracks, and it seems like Road Atlanta is one that he really does well at. So I'm sure he's pretty excited. Several other guys really like Road Atlanta as well, so we'll probably see somebody come up next weekend to give him a run for the money. And that'll be good. If the season keeps going like this, it's going to be a fun season to watch.
Oh, it really will be. If it just continues like we've seen so far, like you said, we're in for a treat already. We've seen so much more competition this season than what we saw last season. We see a lot of new names, and some of the guys that we saw last season have really stepped it up this season. Like we were mentioning with some of the Never Quit Racing guys, really stepped it up in this race. And it has just been really fun to watch some of these guys that used to run in the back of the pack. Now they're up battling for top 5 spots, and that is where it's really fun.
Yeah, that's what I really like to see. I like following these guys through. Of course, we've seen when Zach Thomas came in and started the series and watched him, like I said earlier in the race, watched him bounce around at the back of the pack and watched him learn as he's learning to pass cars and stuff, and having incidents, and then we've seen him get up to where he's racing mid-pack, and then now he's up here racing at the front of the pack, taking home the silver. That's a lot of fun to watch, actually. Kind of the progression of a V8 Supercar driver right there, all in one nutshell.
That's it. No, that's absolutely it, man. And like I said, a fun show tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. That's it from me. Kane, do you have anything else before we do close down for the night?
I just want to remind everybody that we will be live Wednesday for the NASCAR iRacing Series. We'll be live Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. The guys will be at Martinsville this week, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Now that we got the system all working and everything, should be able to have a good full broadcast next Wednesday, and I can't wait for that. And then, of course, next weekend we've got the V8 Supercars Americas on Friday night, and then we've got V8 Scops action next weekend at Sonoma, and that's going to be exciting as well. So don't forget to tune in next week, guys, because it's going to be a great week for sim racing.
It really is, buddy. Looking forward to it. You guys aren't going to want to miss us. We do hope that you do check us out on Wednesday nights as well. But if not, we will be here same time, same place next Friday evening. We look forward to seeing you guys. And as always, your comments are always appreciated, guys. And y'all have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week at Road Atlanta.
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line.